In 2000, in collaboration with Maruti Suzuki, it brought its first car quali to the Indian market. Then in 2005 it launched Innova, and in 2009 it launched Fortuner. The cars were so amazing that it was not possible for any other company to match their quality and durability. No? But then why are they forced to sell Maruti cars with Toyota logo on them? Did the failure of Etios and Lever disappoint Toyota so much that they stopped making new cars? Only those who do not know Toyota well will think so. Maruti Suzuki has sold 25 million cars till date combining all its models, but among Toyota's models, just one car, the Toyota Rolla, has sold more than 50 million cars, and the trust on this brand is so much that every year more than 10 million new cars come on the road. Toyota's just-in-time model gave the automobile industry a way of working that increased production manifold while greatly reducing the risk of losses. You know what? Their vehicles are so reliable that the Republic of Chart's army defeated thousands of Libyan soldiers using just 400 Toyota pickup trucks. But how did a carpenter's son go from making weaving machines to creating the world's most reliable car brand? In today's video we are going to know the entire journey of Toyota Company. We will know how they are able to maintain their quality so well. What is their business strategy and future plans? The story of Toyota begins in the year 1867 when Sakichi Toyota was born in the house of a carpenter in Kosei City of Japan. His father wanted to teach him the skill of carpentry, but his mind was always engaged in doing something new and different. He was often lost in books. His mother used to weave clothes herself, and whenever he saw his mother weaving clothes with so much hard work, he used to think what trick should he use to reduce his mother's hard work. He started gathering information about textile machines and decided to work full-time on making a motorized textile machine. However, his father was not in favor of this. Sakichi still made several wooden looms, but none of them worked. Then in the year 1890, Sakichi got a chance to go to a machine exhibition in Tokyo. There he was surprised to see many machines from India and abroad, and after closely understanding the functions of those machines, he made a wooden handloom and got it patented in the name of Toyota Wooden Loom. At that time he was only 24 years old. No. This handloom worked, but it had many shortcomings. To overcome these shortcomings, Sakichi started a small textile factory with 6 handlooms so that money could be arranged for further research. He also started a company named Ito Shorten for the promotion and sales of his handlooms. He earned some money and kept improving his handloom. Then came the year 1966 when he made Japan's first automatic power loom. This machine, which produced excellent cloth at a very low cost, attracted the attention of the company, and that company proposed to work together. And thus started another company, in which he was made the chief engineer, but he was obsessed with only one thing: that what could be better. To make the machine safe, he developed a mechanism of automation, which was called zero. That is, if there is any fault in the machine, it stops automatically. The printer stopping when the paper gets stuck is also an example of this. Another big problem of handloom was that when the thread ran out, the machine had to be stopped and the shuttle had to be changed. Sakichi solved this problem also by introducing automatic shuttle changing mechanism. After that he invented many other machines along with circular power loom. But the economic recession in Japan in 1910 forced him to leave his job. Sakichi had time to explore something new. So he planned a tour of the United States and Europe. He was amazed to see the huge factories and the scale of production there. But he was most impressed by the automobile industry there. Anyway, he returned to Japan and started Doida Spinning and Weaving Company with his son Cairo, and worked in the textile business for the next 2 decades and became one of the biggest industrialists of Japan. But a few days before his death in 1930, Sakeji sold the rights of his power weaving machine for 10 million yen and told his son to use this money to form his own automobile company in Japan and France. Now a new era of automobiles was about to begin in Japan. Kiran was about 36 years old. He understood the future of the automobile industry very well. But before entering the new sector, he went to America and gained some confidence after seeing the production of vehicles. Coming back, he started an automotive division under his textile company, and after 5 years of hard work, he launched his truck Jeevan in 1935 and his first passenger car model AW in 1936. These cars were launched under the name Toyota. No. Toyota means fertile paddy field, which was not suitable for an automobile company. So Key rebranded his company as Toyota Motor Corporation, and the Toyota logo began to appear on cars. Both these cars received a good response from the market because they were much cheaper than the imported cars of Ford and GM. Friends, Japan is a small country, but even after facing many wars and natural disasters, it has reached the position it is in today. It is an inspiration for the world. Toyota is also not untouched by this. As soon as it entered the automobile industry, the Second World War started. And a bomb destroyed Toyota's plant, and the rest was done by America when it banned the production of passenger cars in Japan. Only a limited number of trucks were allowed to be produced, due to which Toyota continued to make only a few trucks for the next 10 years. But in the year 1949, when the Cold War between the US and the Soviet Union began, the US introduced some policies to strengthen political stability and economic stability in Japan, and the ban on passenger car production was lifted. But by then Toyota was already crippled. And at that time the Bank of Japan's bailout package saved Toyota from bankruptcy. And most of their production units were closed and workers were also fired. But during the same time the war started in 1950, and due to being close to the battleground, America ordered 1,000 military trucks from Toyota. And this order gave life to the sinking Toyota. As soon as Toyota got some money, they started working on the prototype of a new car. But coincidentally, a few days before the launch of this new car, on the 27th of March 1952, Key died. But his cousin A.G. Toyota took over the reins of the company and launched the car in the market in the same year under the name of Krona. But the problem was that they were ruined. In Japan, people neither had money nor the road conditions were good. That is why Toyota decided to sell its cars. Toyota turned to foreign markets for the 1980s and started with the Land Cruiser from Saudi Arabia and Yemen. Then came the year 19508 when Toyota opened its first factory outside Japan in Brazil, and in the same year it also entered the American market with its car Crown. But this proved to be a big mistake. The Crown flopped badly in America because Americans found the car overpriced and underpowered. Toyota took a lesson and discontinued the Crown and launched the Land Cruiser and T-RAW with powerful engines. Then in 1965, the Corolla and Toyota Corona were also launched, which made Toyota the third best-selling imported brand in America. The decade of the 70s was the golden period of Japan's economy. Toyota's sales also increased rapidly. And he started expanding his business to more countries and acquiring many companies. First, he took stakes in two Japanese companies, Hino Motors and Daihatsu, which are subsidiaries of Toyota today. Then in 1972, he started assembling and selling trucks with Athlete Fabricators of America, and only after 2 years, they took over that as well. Seeing such a rapid growth of Toyota, the American government was shocked because Toyota was definitely eating into the market share of Ford and GM. But before the government could impose some import ban on them, Toyota, sensing the future, set up its assembly plant in North America. And not just this, he also tried to form a joint venture with Ford and General Motors. Things did not work out with Ford, but GM showed interest in a partnership with Toyota, and then a company named New United Motor Manufacturing was opened in California, where both worked together till 2010, and then Tesla bought this company. In America and Europe, people started liking Toyota as an affordable mid-class car. But whenever there was talk of luxury cars, people turned to Mercedes-Benz, BMW and Jaguar. Seeing this, Toyota decided to make the world's best luxury car. And in 1983, he started a luxury car division called Lexus. With a research budget of $1 billion, he combined the features of all the luxury cars in the world into a single car. Launched its first luxury car LS400 with 8 engine, and today Lexus is among the top 10 luxury car brands in the world. And if you are interested in this sports car, then you must know about Supra. Actually, Supra was also launched in 19708, and today its 5th generation is in the market. If we look at it this way, by the 90s Toyota had started making buses, trucks and all kinds of cars. Then came the year 19197 when it entered the Indian market in a joint venture with Toyota Motors and launched its first car. People liked it so much that within 2 years, 20% of Tata and Mahindra's market went to Toyota, which gave courage to Toyota, and in 2003 Corolla and Camry were also launched. But in the year 2005, Toyota launched its new IMB platform-based Innova to establish itself in the market and got its best sales. Toyota discontinued the Toyota Fortuner in 2005, and then in 2009, the Fortuner was launched, which still has a different status. But despite all this, Toyota did not have any entry-level family car that could compete with Maruti. And to fill that gap, Toyota launched Etios and Leva in 2010, which got initial success, but then its sales went down rapidly. Therefore, it was discontinued in 2019 and Yaris was launched. But it also could not do anything amazing. At the same time, in 2017, Toyota introduced its luxury brandy, Lexus, and in 2022, its popular off-loader Helix in the Indian market. But friends, you yourself must be feeling that Toyota is a big name. According to him, their sales in India are very low, and the reason is that Fortuner, Innova, Helix or Lexus are far beyond the reach of a middle-class Indian, and in the under 10,000 category, Toyota is not able to make cars as per its standards. Actually, perfection is in the DNA of Toyota. At the beginning of the video you saw Sakichi Toyoda, who spent his whole life perfecting a weaving machine. He used the concept of 5 Ws to find the root cause of even the smallest of problems. So when he returned from his US tour, he understood that America is able to produce on such a large scale because of its money and skilled manpower. But Japan, which was devastated by the World War, had neither money nor manpower. But even today Toyota manufactures the most number of vehicles in the world. The credit for which goes to Toyota via production, which we also call the just-in-time supply chain model, and in order to learn this model, General Motors also collaborated with Toyota, and today the entire automobile industry follows this process. Actually, earlier companies used to maintain stock by producing cars as per the prediction of future demand, which required extra storage, space parts, resources and funds. But if that car did not do well in the market, then all their stock would get wasted. No. But in the just-in-time model, only that many vehicles are produced after receiving the order. But the entire supply chain system is so efficient that the delivery time is reduced considerably. What I mean to say is that Toyota is not a copy-paste company. They have their own processor and follow their own quality standards. But after COVID, Toyota's strategy has changed a bit because the government's emission norms, safety norms and technological demands have further increased the cost of vehicles. While no one has a better idea than Maruti Suzuki to make cars for a market like India, Toyota has a better idea than Maruti Suzuki to make cars for a market like India. Toyota has a strong background in hybrid technology, and certainly the different competencies of both will benefit each other in the future, and keeping this in mind, Toyota decided to share technology with Maruti, the result of which is Toyota and Maruti. They are selling each other's cars by rebadging them, and its effect is also showing on Toyota's sales. In the year 2023, Toyota has recorded the highest sales ever in India and has reached about 6% of the market, in which 45% of the cars are from Maruti. Toyota invests heavily in R&D, keeping in view the future technology, so today its focus is more on electric, hybrid and hydrogen cars. For the last several years, it has been number 1 in the world in terms of sales by selling 1,000,000 vehicles every year. Currently, Toyota sells vehicles under the brand names of Daihatsu, Hino, Lexus and Toyota. Fellow Tensu Subaru Corporation also holds stakes of up to 25% in Yamaha and Panasonic. And yes, 4.94% of Suzuki is also owned by Toyota. So friends, I hope you have got some new information. Thanks for watching.